I want to encourage you. Do not be enslaved to sin. If you don't want to be a slave to sin, the first thing you need to do is you need to believe in Jesus. You cannot be an atheist or Buddhist, a Hindu or Muslim. You cannot be anything other than a Christian and have deliverance from sin, because otherwise you are bound to the sin of idolatry, to the sin of blasphemy. Yet once we've repented, once we've believed in Jesus, we cannot allow ourselves to be enslaved by sin. We cannot allow ourselves to be bound by the shackles of sin that so much want to entrap us, no matter how much we try to be free. Sin is fun, which is why it is so easy to be trapped. Holiness can seem boring, and holiness can seem stiff. And yet, when we learn to walk with God, we find out that holiness is not boring, and holiness is not stiff. Rather, holiness, purity, is liberating from the bondage to sin that used to dominate our lives. When we follow after Christ, we have the opportunity to be delivered from being slaves to sin. And we have the remarkable opportunity to become slaves to God, to become slaves to righteousness, so that we are no longer bound by the evil ways that used to have control over us. And as hard as it is to escape from the pleasure of sin, as much discipline as it may require, once we are delivered, we rejoice. You know, I think about how angry I used to be. I think about how mad I used to be all the time before I took Jesus seriously. And now that I am free from that, it is so much more wonderful of an experience. You too can have that wonderful experience in Christ if you will only give yourself over to Him and let Him free you from your sin, so that you can no longer be slaves to sin.